Emperor Wuzong of Tang, acute Li Chan, later changed to Li Yan just before his death, was an emperor of the Tang Dynasty of China, reigning from 840 to 846. Emperor Wuzong is mainly known in modern times for the religious persecution that occurred during his reign. In addition, he was known for his successful reactions against incursions by remnants of the Huigu Khanate and the rebellion by Liu Zhen, as well as his deep trust in the chancellor Li Deyu. Background: Li Chan was born in 814, as the ninth son of Li Heng at least, who was then crown prince under Li Chan's grandfather Emperor Wuzong. He was born at the Eastern Palace. His mother was Consort Wei, whose rank was lost to history. After Li Heng became emperor in 820, he made many of his brothers and sons princes in 821, and Li Chan was made the Prince of Ying. Little is known about Li Chan's activities during the reigns of Emperor Wuzong or Li Chan's older brothers Emperor Jingzong and Emperor Wenzong, other than that during the middle of Emperor Wenzong's Kaicheng era, Emperor Wenzong bestowed the honorary title of Kai Fu Yitong Sansi on him, as well as the title of Honorary Minister of Civil Service Affairs. It was said that Li Chan was silent, intelligent, and decisive, not showing his emotions easily. It was also said that Emperor Wenzong treated him and another brother, Li Rong the Prince Ivan, better than other princes. Emperor Wenzong originally created his son Li Yong crown prince, but after Li Yong died in 838, he was unsure whom to make his successor. Emperor Wenzong's favorite concubine consort Yang recommended Li Rong, but when Emperor Wenzong consulted the chancellors, Li Deyu opposed this proposal. Emperor Wenzong thus, in 839, created Emperor Jingzong's youngest son Li Chengmei the Prince of Chen crown prince. When Emperor Wenzong became seriously ill early in 840, he had his trusted eunuchs Lu Hongyi and Zhu Jileng summon the chancellors Yang Shifu and Li Deyu to the palace, intending to entrust Li Chengmei to them. However, the powerful eunuchs Huigu Liang and Yu Hongzhi, who were not consulted in the decision, opposed Li Chengmei, and despite Li Jiyui's objection, forged an edict in Emperor Wenzong's name deposing Li Chengmei by claiming that Li Chengmei was too young, and creating Li Chan crown prince instead. Subsequently, Huigu and Yu had soldiers escort Li Chan from his mansion to the palace and, after Emperor Wenzong then died, persuaded Li Chan to order consort Yang, Li Chengmei, and Li Rong to commit suicide. After a short mourning period, Li Chan took the throne. Reign. Religious persecution. Buddhism had flourished into a major religious force in China during the Tang period, and its monasteries enjoyed tax-exempt status, because they didn't contribute taxes. Emperor Wuzong believed Buddhism to be a drain on the state's economy, coupled with his devotion to Taoism as well and his deep trust in the Taoist monk Zhao Gezhen. He set out to act against Buddhism, initiating an imperial edict in 842 weeding out sorcerers and convicts from the ranks of the Buddhist monks, the nuns, and returning them to lay life. Monks and nuns were to turn the wealth over to the government unless they returned to lay life and paid taxes. During this first phase, Confucian arguments for the reform of Buddhist institutions and the protection of society from Buddhist influence and practices were predominant. The religious persecution reached its height in the year 845 CE, ultimately confiscating the Buddhist temple properties, destroying 4,600 Buddhist temples and 40,000 shrines, and removing 260,500 monks and nuns from the monasteries. Emperor Wuzong's reasons for doing so were not purely economic. His zealous Taoist Wuzong considered Buddhism a foreign religion that was harmful to Chinese society. One notable victim of the persecution was the Japanese Tendai monk Enon, Among its purposes were to raise war funds and to cleanse China of foreign influences. As such, the persecution was directed not only towards Buddhism but also towards other foreign religions, such as Zoroastrianism, Nestorian Christianity, and Manichaeism. Only the native Chinese ideologies of Confucianism and Taoism survived the upheaval relatively unaffected. He all but destroyed Zoroastrianism and Manichaeism in China, and his persecution of the growing Nestorian Christian churches sent Chinese Christianity into a decline from which it never recovered. At the same time, Wuzong went far to promote Taoist worship in China through religious regulations and the construction of the temple for viewing immortals in the imperial court. Dealing with the Huigu incursions. By the time that Emperor Wuzong took the throne, his mother consort Wei had already died, and he posthumously honored her as an empress dowager. Also, knowing that Yang Shifu and Li Deyu had not supported him as Emperor Wenzong's successor, he had them removed from their offices. Instead installed Li Deyu, a former chancellor under Wenzong, as a chancellor and effectively put most of the responsibilities of governance in his hands. After the intercession by Li Deyu and the other chancellors Cui Gong, Cui Dan, and Chen Yixing, one of the first things that Emperor Wuzong had to deal with was the collapse of Tang's erstwhile vassal and ally Huigu, which had supported Tang in various campaigns through the decades. In 840, due to internal power struggles, Huigu was weakened, such that when the Jiajiasi Khan attacked, the Huigu Khan Laluerge was killed. The Huigu tribe's people scattered, fleeing in various directions. One major group under the leadership of the Prince Wamosi and the nobles Chixin, Pugu, and Najiakuo, headed for the Tang border city of Tiandan, sought to submit to Tang. The leader of another major group, the noble Laoluerge, claimed the Khan title for himself. Wuxi Khan subsequently seized Emperor Wuzong's aunt Princess Taihei, who had married a previous Khan, and held her hostage. Various Huigu remnants pillaged the Tang border regions, causing much disturbance for the Tang people. At Li Deyu's suggestion, Emperor Wuzong supplied food to the Huigu remnants to try to calm them, while accepting Wamosi's submission. When Wuxi Khan subsequently demanded that Tang turn Wamosi over to him as a traitor, Emperor Wuzong refused. Subsequently, Wuxi Khan's forces and Tang's border defense forces came into open combat, even though both sides continued negotiations. In 843, the Tang general Liu Zhen launched a surprise attack against Wuxi Khan, led by his officer Shi Zhong. She crushed Wuxi Khan's forces and rescued Princess Taihei. Wuxi Khan fled, and subsequently, the Huigu remnants created only minor nuisances for Tang and no longer posed a major threat. The Zhaoyi campaign. Immediately after the dissipation of the Huigu threat, however, Emperor Wuzong faced a crisis of a different kind. In 843, Lu Kongzhan, the military governor of Zhaoyi Circuit, who had governed Zhaoyi in de facto independence from the imperial government and who had a strident rivalry with Qiyu Shiliang, was seriously ill, and Lu wanted his adoptive son Liu Zhen to succeed him and set up the power structure at the circuit to facilitate the transition. He submitted petitions requesting that Liu Zhen be allowed to take over the circuit. When Lu Kongzhan thereafter died, Liu Zhen sought to inherit the circuit. Li Deyu, believing that this would be a prime opportunity for the imperial government to seize control of Zhaoyi circuit, advocated a campaign against Liu Zhen, and Emperor Wuzong agreed. Initially, the imperial government was concerned that three other de facto independent circuits north of the Yellow River, then governed by He Hongjing, Chengde, then governed by Wang Yuankui, and Lulong would side with Zhaoyi. Emperor Wuzong secured the cooperation by effectively promising the three circuits that he would not interfere with their independence. and in fact secured the military cooperation of both Weibo and Cheng in the campaign against Zhao by leaving the task of capturing Zhao 3 eastern prefectures, east of the Taiham Mountains, to Wang and He Hongjing. The other imperial generals, including Wang Zai, Shizhong, and Lu Mian, concentrated on Zhao 2 western prefectures, including its capital Lu Prefecture. Initially, the imperial forces could not advance well against Zhao forces, and the campaign was complicated by a mutiny by the officer Yang Bian at Hedong Circuit early in 844. Zhang's mutiny was quickly put down, however, and the imperial forces continued their assault on Zhao. In fall 844, the 3 eastern prefectures surrendered to He Hongjing and Wang Yuankui, and soon thereafter, Liu Zhen was killed by his own officer Guoyi, who then surrendered. After the Zhao campaign, Li Deyu used the opportunity to carry reprisals against his political enemies in the Niu Li factional struggles, those who were members of what would later be referred to as the Niu faction against Li Deyu's Li faction, including the former chancellors Niu Sengru and Li Zongmin, by accusing them of complicity in Liu Zhen's rebellion. As a result, Niu and Li Zongmin were exiled to remote regions. In 845, Emperor Wuzong wanted to create his favorite concubine, Consort Wang, Empress Li Deyu, pointing out that Consort Wang was of low birth and that she was sonless, opposed. Emperor Wuzong therefore did not do so. Late in Emperor Wuzong's life, he began taking pills made by Taoist alchemists which were intended to lead to immortality, and it was said that his mood became harsh and unpredictable as a side effect. By late 845, he was seriously ill. In early 846, in an attempt to ward off the illness, he changed his name to Li Yan, under the theory that under the Wuzong cosmology, his original name of Chan contained 2 instances of earth while only containing 1 instance of water, which meant that he was getting suppressed by the dynasty's own spirits, while Yan contained 2 instances of fire, which was more harmonious with earth. Despite this change, his conditions did not get better. The eunuchs, believing that Emperor Wuzong's uncle Li Yi, the Prince of Guang, to be unintelligent, decided to make him Emperor Wuzong's successor. They therefore had an edict issued in Emperor Wuzong's name creating Li Yi crown prince. Soon thereafter, Emperor Wuzong died, and Li Chen took the throne as Emperor Shanzong. Chancellors during reign: Zhang Shifu, Li Zhu, Sui Dan, Sui Gong, Li Deyu, Chen Yixing, Li Shen, Li Rangyi, Sui Shan, Du Kong, Li Hui, Zhang Su. Personal information: Father Emperor Wuzong of Tang, Mother Consort Wei, posthumously honored Empress Shanyi. Major concubines: Consort Wang. Children: Li Zhen, the Prince of Qi Li Jian, the Prince of Yi Li Qi, the Prince of Yan Li Yi, the Prince of De Li Cuo, the Prince of Chang, Princess Changle, Princess Shouchen, Princess Channing, Princess Yanqing, Princess Jingle, Princess Lu, and Princess Yongqing. In fiction, played by Edwin Su, a fictionalized version of Wuzong was portrayed in 2009 Hong Kong's TVB television series, Beyond the Realm of Conscience.